listeners and viewers. My name is Stacey Carmichael, and today I'm joined by Minister of Health, the Honorable Dr. Frank Anthony. Minister Anthony, it's a pleasure having you on this special program today.
Well, thank you very much for having me.
Now, today we want to discuss, or rather bring some clarity to a matter that has been widely circulated. It has to do with the dismissal, rather, of some 27 employees from the Linden Hospital complex. Now, the dismissal letters were sent to the staff by the CEO of the hospital, and the Ministry of Health subsequently intervened. Could you give us a little bit of idea of that intervention and an update on the situation?
So yesterday afternoon, we learned that some of the employees of the Linden Hospital would have received a letter not renewing their contract. These were persons who have been working with the hospital for some years, and they received these letters of non-renewal. Upon learning about that yesterday, one of the first things that we did was to tell the CEO to rescind those letters until we have some time to consider it, to see whether or not this is the appropriate decision. So by this morning, all of those letters were rescinded. The regional health officer, Dr. Harris, met with all of the persons who were given these letters and made very clear the ministry's position that none of them would be sent home, and that their contract would be renewed. So that was done this morning, and I think everybody was quite happy with the arrangement and the assurance that they received from Dr. Harris that the contracts would be extended. What we however would have noticed is that during the course of the day, having done this, and during the course of the day, we saw the regional chairman for Region 10 trying to say that because they added some pressure to us, that's the reason why we would have rescinded these letters. We did not wait on the regional chairman or anybody from the region to really try to put any pressure on us. We recognized that something was amiss here and that we ought to correct it immediately, which was what was done. So we didn't have to get anybody pressuring us, as is the regional chairman is trying to convey it. So we are going to continue to work in the interest of the people at the hospital, and that's where it is right now.
Okay, Minister, just another clarification as it relates to the matter. Follow-up, will the ministry be following up on the matter to ensure that these 27 employees get their new contracts and that everything is in keeping with the standard operating procedures as it relates to those contracts?
So having rescinded the letter, the CEO was told to send them a letter to say that their contracts would be renewed, and that would be done shortly, so it shouldn't be a problem.
Okay, and before we close off, because we're here to just bring some clarification on the matter and to more or less dispel some of the accusations that are being circulated in the media. Any plans as it relates to health workers and ensuring that their rights are maintained and so forth in Region 10?
Of course, we have a number of employees there. We have persons who are working at the Linden Hospital, at the Wisma Hospital, several of the health centers, health posts. So we've always been working with these health workers to make sure that they get contracts and whatever else is necessary for them to be comfortably employed. It is really an unfortunate incident that the CEO decided to send them their termination letters or non-renewal letters, but that now has been reversed, and we have put a mechanism in place that in future these decisions, they would have to consult with the Ministry of Health before any such decision can be made.
Okay. Well, thank you very much, Minister Anthony, for joining us this afternoon to bring some clarity on the matter, because, of course, it's one of importance to the government through the Ministry of Health, and I am glad that you brought that clarity.
Well, I hope that the people in Linden, or some activists in Linden, would not use this to politicize the situation. It is an administrative matter. It was dealt with, and so right now it is a non-issue. And I hope that persons who are trying to make political mischief out of this would desist from doing so, and hopefully we can move this process forward.
Thank you very much, Minister Anthony. And thank you so much to all of our listeners and viewers. My name is Stacey Carmichael. This afternoon I was joined by Minister of Health, the Honorable Dr. Frank Anthony, where he brought clarity to the situation in Linden, where 27 employees of the Linden Hospital complex received non-renewal letters as it relates to their contracts. Those letters were rescinded, and those employees will get their letters due to the intervention of their contracts, due to the intervention of the Ministry of Health. Thank you and goodbye for now.